What if I told you that the voice in your head saying, "I can handle this," is the same voice setting you up for anxiety and overwhelm? There's a different kind of strength available, and we'll explore it in a guided meditation after we unpack this. We all know that voice, the one that kicks in when things get complicated, when the pressure builds, when everyone's looking at you for answers. "I've got this," it says. "I can figure this out." And for a moment, you believe it. You square your shoulders, you make your lists, you push forward. But underneath that confidence, there's something else happening. A tightness in your chest, a knot in your stomach, that constant mental rehearsal of everything that could go wrong. This lesson teaches that trusting in our own limited abilities inevitably leads to fear, anxiety, and feeling overwhelmed, while trusting in something greater than our personal strength brings genuine confidence and peace. It's about recognizing that our habit of white-knuckling through life's challenges is what creates the stress we're trying to avoid. Your mind is like someone trying to lift a couch alone, straining, sweating, convinced that asking for help is weakness, when there are 3 people standing right there ready to help. The couch doesn't get lighter by trying harder. It gets lighter when you realize you don't have to do it alone. It's 9 p.m. and your inbox is full. Your presentation is due tomorrow, and your mind is spinning through worst-case scenarios. You sit there feeling that familiar tightness in your chest, that voice saying, "I have to figure this out. I have to make this perfect. I can't let anyone down." Your shoulders are rigid, your breathing is shallow, and you're mentally rehearsing conversations that haven't happened yet. This is what self-reliance actually feels like in the body. Not strong, not capable, just heavy. Every decision feels monumental because you're the only one who can make it right. Every outcome rests on your shoulders because you've appointed yourself the sole guardian of your life's success. We've been taught that this is strength, that grinding through, pushing harder, staying later, this is what responsible adults do. But notice what happens to your breathing when you're in this mode. Notice how your thoughts speed up, how your body contracts. Is this really what strength feels like? The couch gets heavier the longer you hold it alone. Your arms shake, your back strains, and still you grip tighter, convinced that letting go means failing. Meanwhile, those 3 people, they're still standing there, waiting. Here's the thing we don't want to admit. The harder we try to control outcomes, the more out of control we feel. It's like trying to calm rough water by hitting it. Every effort creates more turbulence. Think about the last time you really tried to force something to work. A relationship, a project, a conversation. Remember that desperate energy, that feeling of pushing against a locked door. And the more you pushed, the more exhausted you became. Not just physically tired, but that deep soul exhaustion that comes from fighting reality. We tell ourselves we're being responsible, being adult, taking charge. But what we're really doing is declaring war on uncertainty. And uncertainty always wins. Because no matter how smart you are, how hard you work, how many contingency plans you create, you cannot see all the angles. You cannot control all the variables. You cannot lift the couch of life by yourself. This isn't about your competence. You might be brilliant at what you do. This is about the fundamental limitation of trying to be your own source of strength. It's like a battery trying to charge itself. The physics just don't work. Then something shifts. Instead of gripping tighter, you exhale and think, what if I don't have to carry all of this alone? It's such a simple thought, but notice what happens in your body when you even consider it. Maybe your shoulders drop half an inch. Maybe your jaw unclenches slightly. Maybe you take the first full breath you've taken all day. This isn't about being weak or giving up. This is about recognizing that there's a different kind of strength available. A strength that doesn't come from your ability to figure everything out, but from your willingness to stop pretending you have to. Remember our couch metaphor. This is the moment you glance over and realize those three people aren't just standing there. They've been waiting for you to ask. They're not judging your struggle. They're just available. And the moment you say, actually, could you help me with this? The entire dynamic changes. The couch doesn't become weightless, but it becomes manageable. More importantly, you're not alone with it anymore. When you stop trying to be the source of your own strength, something remarkable happens. You discover strength that was already there, waiting. Not the white-knuckle kind that leaves you depleted, but the kind that feels like being held. It shows up in unexpected ways. You're in that meeting, the one you've been dreading, and instead of the usual pre-game anxiety, there's a calm. Not because you've figured out what to say, but because you stop needing to have all the answers. You speak from a different place, clear, grounded, present. Or you're facing that deadline, the one that usually would have you spiraling, and you notice you're working differently. Still focused, still caring about the outcome, but without that desperate edge. It's like the difference between swimming against a current and floating with it. You're still moving, but the effort comes from a different source. This is what happens when you stop asking, how can I handle this? And start asking, what wants to happen here? When you stop being the only strength in the room and start recognizing the support that's always been available. The relief isn't just psychological, it's physical. When you stop carrying the weight of having to figure everything out yourself, your whole system recalibrates. That background tension you've been living with for so long you forgot it was there. It starts to dissolve. You find yourself sleeping differently, not because your problems have disappeared, but because you're not rehearsing solutions all night. You find yourself listening differently in conversations, not planning your response, but actually hearing what's being said. You find yourself moving through your day with more space between you and your tasks. The couch is still there. Life still requires effort. Decisions still need to be made. Challenges still arise. But you're not under it anymore. Muscles straining, convinced that letting go means everything falls apart. You're standing beside it with others, moving it together, and wondering why you ever thought this was something you had to do alone. When you stop carrying the weight of having to figure everything out yourself, a deep calm replaces the constant background anxiety of trying to control outcomes you were never meant to control. This isn't resignation or passivity. This is the recognition that real strength doesn't announce itself with tension and strain. Real strength feels like coming home. And maybe, just maybe, that's what the voice in your head has been trying to tell you all along. Not, I can handle this, but, I don't have to handle this alone. The difference between those two sentences. That's where peace lives. If this felt grounding, you're welcome to like the video and subscribe. No rush. Just a gentle way to stay connected as we continue. Let your body find its comfortable position. No need to arrange yourself in any special way. Just let yourself arrive here, exactly as you are. Allow your eyes to close when they're ready. Take a breath that feels good to you. Not deep, not controlled. Just a breath that your body wants to take. Notice where you're holding, maybe in your shoulders, maybe in your jaw, maybe in that space between your eyebrows. You don't need to fix it, just notice. We've been talking about carrying weight alone. Feel where that lives in your body right now, not the story about it, just the sensation. That familiar tightness, that bracing. What would it be like to set the couch down, just for these next few minutes? Not forever. Just for now. Let your shoulders soften. Let your breathing find its own rhythm. Notice how your body knows how to do this without your management. Feel the chair or surface supporting you. You're not holding yourself up. You're being held. Let yourself receive that support. If your mind brings you tomorrow's tasks or yesterday's conversations, that's okay. But notice, you don't have to solve anything right now. You don't have to carry anything right now. There's something here that's stronger than your effort. Something that doesn't need you to strain or perform or figure anything out. Just let yourself rest in that for a moment. Feel your breath moving without your control. Your heart beating without your management. Life continuing without your constant effort. This is what it feels like when you're not the only strength in the room. This quiet. This ease. This sense of being supported by something you don't have to create or maintain. Stay here as long as you like. And when you're ready to open your eyes, know that this support doesn't leave when the meditation ends. It's always here, waiting for you to stop lifting alone. Take one more breath. Let yourself keep whatever feels good from this time, and gently, when you're ready, let your eyes open. Thank you for practicing with us today. If you'd like, there's a free digital copy of A Course in Miracles available through the link in the description. You're also welcome to leave a simple comment such as, "I am grateful. Thank you for being here." For taking these few minutes to explore what it means to set down the weight you've been carrying alone. Remember, the strength that held you in this meditation is the same strength available to you in every moment of your day. Be gentle with yourself as you practice recognizing it. Until next time, take good care.